All right, so we successfully rehabbed and began work with stabilization with the basketball player. So now we want to start working on the strength phase as far as the exercises are concerned and balance. Okay, so real simple. Depending on flexibility with basketball players, I know most of the time in my experience it hasn't been the best. So we don't want to give them exercise that's very difficult. So what we start off is just a simple one-legged squat. Okay, just coming down as low as they can and then coming up. All right, we want to limit hip flexion, try to get as much as they can, and then coming up. You can use the hand touch the ground, okay? You can have them touch an object. So if I put I'll move this out here. If I put a dumbbell here, especially with your taller athletes, the centers, the forwards, okay, they can touch and then come up. But again, we want to limit hip flexion, okay, or spinal flexion. We want to make sure that the torso is upright. Again, looking forward, touch, and back up, okay? We want to do that bilaterally. Once they're able to master that, we want to go ahead and kind of move the arms with it. All right, so I did left side, I'll start the right side here. So they're down, up. So now we have another element, gazing forward, okay? Good posture, making sure that knee isn't translating forward. We want to keep the knee behind the toe, sitting back. They'll feel in the glutes, they'll feel in the quads, mostly the gastroc, and then feeling the ankle, all right? So that's the first one. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and add some weight. With my athletes, we call this a lawnmower or a clean and jerk. But we're just gonna add light weight. Okay, same thing, good torso, coming down, and you're gonna pull like you're starting a lawnmower. Pull, start a lawnmower. Okay, so now we get a little bit of movement with that. We get some strength. We incorporate the core. All right, hip stabilization. We're working on ankle stabilization, okay? One thing that we like to do is I always like to tell my athletes when they're doing this, try to get to your toe. All right, so as they're moving through, we want to do reciprocally. So if I'm down on my right foot, my left hand is holding the weight. So here, we want to try and get up on that toe. Get a little bit of plantar flexion. So here, get up on that toe and then come down. All right, and we want to do that both sides. About 10 reps each, okay? If the athlete is a little bit weaker, maybe you can add about 6 reps, maybe a little bit more weight. It just depends on the athlete. With the basketball players, I find that their endurance is very good with the leg exercises, but their strength is somewhat limited. So maybe we'll add about 6 reps, go a little bit heavier. Okay, so now we've done the one-legged, now we're just gonna add a little box. Okay, we're just gonna do step-ups. All right, so we wanna step, knee, drive the knee. Again, we wanna extend on the bottom foot, step it back, alternate, drive the knee, step back. Okay, alternate legs. All right, that's simple. All right, then again, we can add our movements. Step, same hand, same foot. So it's like a marionette puppet. Okay, so same hand, same foot. Same hand, same foot. Okay, driving off that back bottom foot. All right. Again, what we want to do is we do the same thing, but let's go ahead and move in a different plane of motion. Up. Okay. Here, driving. You can also go one step and back down. One step, back down, and switch it. One step, back down. One step, back down. Okay, so with the strength exercises, again, we want to move from the simpler, okay, to the more complex. So now we've got lateral steps. Now again, Like the other exercises, we'll go ahead and add a weight. You can do 2 or 1, just depends. And so if I'm driving with if I step with my left foot, I want the weight in the right hand. Step up, press, come down. Then you can switch. Step up, press, and back down. Okay? You can also do opposite. So, yeah, so here, drive it, back down, and then here, drive it, back down. Okay, so we can add the element of weight. All right. Last thing we probably want to do with the athlete is maybe some lunging movements. We got to be careful with basketball players because during the season they do a lot of running, so we don't want to overtax the leg muscles because they're running up and down a lot. But real simple with the lunge is here, and then we want to come up and drive. It's here, come up and drive. All right, and then if we want, we can add the weight. Okay, so if I'm going to drive up on my right leg, okay, so my left knee is going to go down. Excuse me, my right knee is going to come down, and then it's going to come up. So I'm here, drive up, extend with the arm. Same thing here. Drive down, extend up. Okay, so we want reciprocal movements. Work on that with the power phase. Obviously, you can do this laterally too. Be a little bit more difficult to kind of execute this exercise laterally, but if you find it works for your athletes, then you can do that. But I tend to stay with the boxes as that's concerned.